Alright guys, welcome to your weekly Minute Skim It. We have Mr. Brian, Mr. Ethan, I'm talking in third person today sometimes, Commander King herself, and then Mr. Robert. I think we didn't have you the last 2 weeks, which kind of stunk.
Yeah, I think on the last 2.
Awesome. Well, he's going to throw out some awesome information our way. Actually, all of us are going to throw out some really cool reviews. Does anybody have anything to say before we start?
Wearing shoes this week?
I am wearing shoes this week. Okay, I guess we're just going to get started with Mr. Brian.
Good evening, I am Mr. BMAC. Tonight I'm reviewing 2 titles. The first up is Teen Titans number 8 from DC Comics with the movie variant cover featuring the Lost Boys. For some of our younger readers, go back and look this up on Netflix. Lost Boys, awesome. The art on this variant cover is superb. Can't wait to frame it and put it in my house. But on to the book itself. Not bad. It's part 2 of a Teen Titans story that's obviously carrying over from either issue 7 or another title in the DC lineup. Like I said, not bad. It follows some of the characters as they're getting into the limelight, out of the superhero realm and more into like media. Beast Boy, for example, is hosting what appears to be a ripoff of Saturday Night Live. Raven's in a band. Of course, Red Robin, being a Batman family character, he's the loner. He's doing kind of his own thing. The story was a little hard to follow for me just because I haven't read that first part, but it's interesting to see those Teen Titans in another element outside of just being superheroes and being affected by fame and whatnot. So, not a bad title. If you're a Teen Titans fan, I'm sure you're going to love it. My next title, pull that up there, you don't need to see that. Batman, Superman, always a great team up. And of course, gotta push it, the movie variant cover featuring The Fugitive. Again, young readers, Netflix, go look it up. Harrison Ford, can't miss it. So you'll want to check that out. Batman, Superman, this was actually a really good story. Again, this is another part of a previous issue, but no problem picking it up for me. It dealt with the shrunken city of Kandor, and as it turns out, Superman's family, more specifically his grandmother and his aunt, were part of that city that were shrunk down, and everyone thought they were in kind of a stasis. As it turns out, their minds were still working, so they were dreaming in a constant state of terror. So when they wake up, Superman's father is not around to blame anymore. Jor-El, I couldn't think of his name. So they blame Kal-El for what has happened to them and while they've been in this constant state of terror. So they're actually fighting him. And of course, who arrives to save the day and always has a contingency plan? The Batman and his cast of allies. So another great book. Like I said, not been reading this one, but it was an easy pickup. And yeah, it's $3.99. Not bad. It's great artwork. And like I said, with the movie variant cover, you can't miss it. So those are my picks this week. Thanks for listening.
Hey guys, again, my name's Ethan, but I have a couple good picks for you guys. I actually, as well, have one of the variant covers. So here is Supergirl, the one that you'll see more often, because this one, the Wizard of Oz variant, is going to go super fast, because Wizard of Oz, classic film. Geez Louise, I can't believe I'm saying this, but younger viewers, if you haven't seen it, find it, watch it. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but watch it. So it's a really, really cool cover. I mean, you've got like Superman as the, I thought he was going to be the Tin Man, but he's the Scarecrow. Really beautiful cover. Onto the regular comic review. It was actually really interesting. If you are already reading Supergirl, you will probably like it. It was the wrap-up to a series. When I read it, for all you people who aren't currently involved in it, this is not the particular comic to jump in on, because like I said, it is wrapping up a series. You will feel pretty lost. Try and find a couple issues before this. That way you can kind of get caught up on it. But it was good. I mean, especially if you're a younger reader trying to get into something, it's got some good themes for people who are trying to pick up a new comic, or just trying to get like your kid. Say you're trying to bring in your kid and get him to read comics. This might be a neat one to have him start out on. Just not particularly this issue. For the people who are reading it, again, you will like it. It's wrapping stuff up. There are kind of some cliffhangers at the end, so you will find it very interesting. On to my personal favorite one this week. It was Chrononauts, #1. So this is good one to start on because you're not missing anything. So really interesting story, writer Mark Miller. So if you liked Kingsman, he wrote that. Really, really good. If you didn't, it's okay. He was also on Civil War, which is good enough to also be getting a movie. He's generally a brilliant writer. And then you have Michael Murphy? Or Sean Murphy. Sorry. But really, really cool art. Most of it is like this, if you can get a good view of it. It's really, really neat in the sense that some of it's kind of sketchy. Not weird sketchy, but yeah, you understand me. Really neat plot though. So you've got these people who are they're both scientists trying to go back in time and experiment with the concept of time travel. And you get the sense at the end that something goes awry. Really neat. Like I said, you guys will, if you did like Kingsman, there's kind of a reference in there. We'll see if you can catch it. It's really neat. But it's a really, really fun comic, and I think that I would probably continue reading it. It's going to be a good one, especially written by Mark Miller. So this is going to be on the watch list for sure. And that's what I have for this week.
Hi, I'm the Commander, and I've got 3 books to review today. The Fly. Kiddos, shame on you if you haven't seen this horror flick. It's got lots of blood and gore and stuff in it. You've got to see it. But this is the follow-up to it in comic book form called Outbreak. Really great. It starts with the same characters. You still have Brendel. He's working in a lab still. He's accidentally gotten someone else in a fly form that are trying really hard to fix them. It fails in the most glorious way ever. You have to read this book because it's full of all that really good stuff you like from the original movie. Not so much gross stuff, but more like, gory, scary things coming at you. So this is a good one to start on. I like this book. Oh, girls. They've done it again. So by our favorite imprint we love, Boombox, they did a really great book. It's right behind me, but I can't reach. Oh, Lumberjanes! Lumberjanes, great. Pick this up for your girls. This is for your teen girls, okay? So girls gotta have 3 girls at college, all the same stuff that we went through when we were in college. Boy drama, girl drama. Really beautifully drawn, really cute. Pick it up. This is not going to last very long on the shelf, just like Lumberjanes disappeared really quickly. Don't miss this first issue, you'll be sad. Okay. Now, something for the boys! Eye candy. Red one. This young lady is a super secret spy. This takes place more during Cold War era time. She has been trained from very young, they don't tell you when, to be a super soldier, basically. But without, it doesn't indicate that she's been given any like super serums or anything like that. She's just really super strong and really great at what she does. They're sending her to America to come and pose as a superhero, to kind of garner our support as a way of doing propaganda. So they're going to get her in there and us loving her, and they're going to use her for some secret purpose that we're not aware of yet. She's a really fun character. There's some adult themes in this book, not for young teens, so use your best judgment. Really beautifully drawn. This is another gorgeous art book, so pick this up. Thank you.
Alright, hey guys, I'm Laura, and I have some fantastic stuff for you this week. First up is Batgirl number 40. Kind of jumps you in the middle of a story. It's the end of a storyline, a story arc. Cyber Batgirl is here, and she claims that she is the real Batgirl and that something else has been using her body and tainting her name, and she's going to set it all right. It's kind of Avengers-esque. Is that the right movie? Where the helicarriers are going to destroy everybody that's evil. This cyber person has got some real issues. It all wraps up nice and neatly. Never really read Batgirl before, but I enjoyed this. It's cute. It's good for girl power. Good, clean, lots of pretty artwork, and just a great story. Really enjoyed this. I may start reading Batgirl. It was such a good story. And of course, don't forget we have the Batgirl movie variant. This is one of our movie variants that came out this week. This is Purple Rain. I confess I didn't really know a lot about Purple Rain, so I looked it up, and this makes this cover hilarious. It's Prince, so It's pretty awesome right there. All right, I am super excited about this next one. It's called Shaper. Holy smokes, holy shnikes, it's amazing. Okay, we're in this world where we know that other worlds exist and there's aliens and everything. It kind of focuses on this kid named Spry. So basically, the Caliphate is the military presence on this world, and there's legends that they used to hunt these things called Shapers. We're pretty sure that Shapers aren't real. Kind of like ghosts and goblins and all that kind of stuff. They don't really exist, but there are these things that, according to legend, they can take on other people's shapes and other animal shapes, and they can live for a really long time, and they survive by morphing into other things, and they can become human, and you don't know that they're not Shapers. So they were hunted because they were considered evil, hunted ruthlessly and killed on the spot because you don't want to give them a chance to morph into you. Really cool stuff, but it's all legend anyway, right? So this kid, Spry, is in this boarding school. He's from a broken home, and he's got this dysfunctional record with detentions and all that kind of stuff. So he decides to skip career day because nobody's going to want him anyway. But this other teacher that kind of takes him under her wing, is like encourages him to go, and he finds out some really cool information, and there is so much that happens. There's so many twists and turns in this book. It is phenomenal. I was blown away, and I can't tell you much more because it would ruin the surprise, and there are so many surprises, and it is so good. We only have 3 copies. Get yours. It is amazing.
My name is Robert, and I'm not here to review a book so much as to talk about a certain artist. If you know by Facebook or Twitter right now, or if you come into the store lately, you know that we are getting a special store variant for Secret Wars #1. It will be drawn by the great Mike Mayhew. This is his style. This book is actually out this week. This is his traditional pen and ink style. He does a great job on these. He did a great Star Wars variant like this. He also has a Spider-Gwen #3 variant coming out. But he does a lot more than just the traditional pen and ink style. He also paints. And when he does, he is absolutely incredible. His Marvel work includes, he did a great run of Mystique covers. He also did a great run of Electra covers. He and Joe Jusko will go down as probably the greatest and most influential Vampirella artist in recent history. We are so lucky to have him. He will actually do a painting for our cover, not just the pencil and ink, but it will actually be painted. It's going to be amazing. You will love it. You can come into the store. We're probably going to start taking pre-orders for those soon. You can, of course, buy it on the our eBay site, and if you're on the CGC site and you want it signed, we can do all kinds of things where we can have it. We're going to take it to Comic Palooza, and you can have Stan Lee sign it, and all that good stuff. So these books are going to be great. But Mike, he's amazing. Mr. Mike Mayhew. That's it.
Hi guys, I just want to point out we've got these cool new posters back here. They're all from T-Fury. They're really great. Some of you might recognize them from the Got some new Pokemon t-shirts. We're going to Pokemon's Texas States this weekend. Mr. Brian is heading up that group. So don't miss it. We've got some really amazing stuff that we've gotten from Japan this week that you haven't seen and hit before. So we do deck boxes and sleeves that you know miss. So thank you so much for joining us for this week's Minute to Skim It. We'll see you next week.